woke up feeling like I could change the world. So you know what? I'm gonna stay dedicated to the grind. I'm gonna be determined to win because I realize that there's more to life. I don't wanna die too soon. I don't wanna go away. I just wanna live my life today. We ain't tryna hurt nobody. We just wanna work your problems. Make this world a better place. Turn on the news confused. Every day I see violence. Gotta be a better way. Who do we talk to?
What's going on?
To start the conversation.
And we are live. Loose and Flint live at 10. What's up, Loose? What's going on, brother? We're gonna get started, man. Friend to tell a friend to tune in. What's going on? Looski, what's happening, brother? I'm excited today, man. I'm excited, bro.
What's happening, bro?
What's going on, man? I was just telling the people I'm excited about today.
Man, already. What state you in, man? Where you at?
I'm currently in the A, man. We ain't
What?
gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna talk about it, bro.
Bro, you crazy, bro. All right.
That's some shit.
Damn, cuz.
Yeah.
We could have did a live show.
I had some events go on where I didn't make it to work today.
All right.
Got here, had a flat tire, had a great vacation. Got home,
Oh,
had a
shit.
flat tire, and then by the time I got my tire fixed, like I wasn't gonna get to work till like 3, so I was like, no point. So
Nah, that's dead. Dang, yo.
so I'm here.
You came back to the A on flat? Like, well, you came back your car to the tire
Yeah.
was flat?
Yeah, well, one tire.
Oh.
You make it, don't make it. I ain't got that bad of problems where all my tires. I do all right for myself, bro. I ain't in that much trouble. You know what I'm saying? Where they got flat all 4 of them. Somebody come with the one.
Yeah,
It was a nail, as a matter of fact.
Okay. You could have been
Yeah.
on bricks. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
you know what I'm saying? But God, you know what I'm saying? I would take that one. And keep it straight.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Dang.
early in the
How's
morning.
Colorado?
It was dope, man. Really, really cool, man. I lived out there 22 years ago, right?
Bro, I never knew you lived there.
I lived in Colorado
I just
before
know
I
about
lived in
Hawaii
Hawaii.
and Florida, bro.
Yeah, I lived in Colorado before I lived in Hawaii, and that's why I hate cold weather, right? So like I hate cold weather because how you go from blizzards to
Right.
palm tree Christmases.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
80 degrees Christmas. Like I never wanted to go back to cold weather, but being out there in Colorado, it was great.
Mm-hmm.
It showed the importance of exposure, bro.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Truly the importance of exposure and why you have to not only continue to expose you and yours, but make sure that like they're well-rounded. Like that's not just a figure of speech, but being sure that you are well-rounded is very important for you to be able to maneuver throughout this world.
Right.
Not only in the United States of America, but like I said, throughout this world. If you are more culturally sound, you have a different perspective of foods and what fun is. You know what I'm saying? Instead of we just go down to the same downtown bar every day for the like really enjoying what's around, bro.
Dang.
Living.
So you saying you was like whole different culture, like?
Yeah,
You know
I mean a whole different culture because like Colorado ways are different than Atlanta ways. Hawaii ways are different than a Germany way. Oklahoma is different. I'm naming all the places where I live because of my dad.
You lived in Oklahoma?
Yeah, that's where my brother was born. Oklahoma, man.
What?
So one brother was born in Oklahoma, one brother was born in Germany. So like being all around there, and like I said, going back 22 years later, and still seeing our houses that we grew up in still look the same. Like they still look the same, right? Going to this middle school, and I'm telling you, me and Eastside been lying, and I'm gonna keep on lying. I don't care. I said it. Yeah, I'm keep on lying. It was like to us, it seemed like it was 1.5 miles, 2 miles, 3
Oh
miles.
yeah.
Don't let me. I keep on adding more miles to it. But to see that, like, we used to think our parents was crazy.
Hey,
What's up, hey yo? What's down? We used to think our parents were crazy. We were like, bro, you gonna send your children on this hike up to the school? You know what I'm saying? And me and Eastside both. I mean, we're young. Eastside's in, you know, kindergarten or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? There's a 3-year difference with us. And so it's like, you let your little 5-year-old walk this far. That felt like 3-4 miles. You know what I'm saying? Like, so to be in the position where it's at. What's up, Eastside? I'm just talking about you, bro.
We were talking about that 5-mile walk.
5 straight 5, bro.
Turn to 0.7.
It was a 0.7 when Waze, but Waze, that's the only time when Waze been acting up. That's the only time when Waze has been acting up, bro. It was definitely a 5-miler. It was easy. It was easily 5, bro. I promise. But yeah, man, it's important to be well-rounded. It's important to expose not only yourself but your kids. Like it was great to have my brother, and he brought his family along. You know what I'm saying? Zion only 5 months, but that was his first time flying on a plane.
Wow,
you know
how was that? I wonder.
Now Zion did good. Zara, it was her first time flying on a plane 5 days a week, man. Yeah, twice. Yeah. Boy, do the math. Do the math. Hey, I'm with you, bro. Hey, do the math, bro.
He just broke it down, didn't
he? And we was in the snow. We was in blizzards. My parents ain't care. It's just get to school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even with the shortcuts, it was still long. Yeah. So I put it in Waves and it said 0.7 miles, and I said,
God, look.
I'm gonna keep this line going. Forget it. I don't care what nobody say. Keep this line going. I forgot to call you and ask you, but did you bring a package back? No, I am a professional. I have things I have. So with that being said, yeah.
But they let you fly with it.
Wow. Wow. So that's so funny how this time is going. Great, Lucy. So on to the next one. That's funny.
That's all right. I'll holler at Eastside.
You might be on something. But no, but very, very, very important to be to expose the youth, right? Like letting them know now. Like I remember growing up. Eastside on the line, so I mean he could back me. Like our first time going to like Disney was when like we were in middle school. His first time taking his child to Disney, she ain't even in kindergarten.
Dang, yeah, you know
yeah. But okay. it's levels to the exposure. But once you already realize, oh, that's not impossible.
Yeah.
Then you start thinking about the things that look impossible, and you're like, bro, I can create that. I can do that.
Yeah.
But that all happens with exposure. And I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be like I gotta take you across the world, but you do have to, like, all right, if I lived in this small town my whole life, go to the neighboring city, go to the neighboring state, go see what those attractions are, just to get some type of I wanna expose you to as much as possible. Yeah. Let's drive through the mansions. Let's drive through these modern houses that's 1.5 million. Look what it looked like. Can you envision yourself out there?
But also, I want to add that when you go to these different places, it brings certain things out of you. You know what I mean? I would say I would think about when I was in LA and I wrote the first Voltage. I don't think I could have made that album if I would have stayed in Atlanta, or you know what I mean? Like
your perspective wasn't the same shit. You ain't seen things different.
Right. When I was in New York, you know what I'm saying, that brought different shit out of me than if I was, you know what I'm saying, at home. So I don't know. You get that kind of drive. So maybe like you in Hawaii, you know what I mean? That may be a different Ryan than the one that's in Florida. There may be a different one that's in Atlanta or Oklahoma or Germany or damn, nigga, you probably lived everywhere, bro.
But it continues to build that character, right?
Yeah.
Whereas I know a lot of people, there's a common ground somewhere, even if we're different, even if we ain't never met each other before, there's still some type of common ground. And you can be able to find that within that quick. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you'll be able to
quick. You can find a common ground and you're like, bro, like we don't know each other from a can of paint, but both of us like this.
Right.
And we can rock. You know what I'm saying? We can have a full on conversation. We can laugh. We can joke. But that's still being well rounded, because if you're not exposed to those things, then you will only be able to stay in your box, and it becomes uncomfortable once you get outside your box.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not willing to grow because you don't want to be uncomfortable. You don't want to be looked at as the awkward person or the awkward person in the room.
That's why, like, if I got a couple homies that be like, nah, nigga, I ain't going out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They gonna go outside the perimeter.
Right.
TikTok,
You're like, man, it's so much living. That's one thing, man. There's so much living there. Another thing about Colorado, bro, compared to Atlanta, like, there's so much land out there, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it was just like, man, like, as big as this city is, like, they still chose to do it differently than Atlanta has done it. You know what I'm saying? Than Augusta has done it. Than Greenville has done it. You know, and it was just cool to see the difference from what we're accustomed to now.
What about the people? Were you able to, like, talk to some people out there, or?
I mean, we a little bit, not much. We was really in our own world. But I mean, the people who we did, even like we walked up to the house that we grew up in, right? Knocked on the door. Hey man, hey, we ain't trying to be, you know, it is what it is. But I just want to let you know who I am, what I'm doing here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I was like, hey, we lived here 22 years ago. Do you mind if we take a picture? Can we go in the backyard? You know, blah, blah, blah. He was like, yeah, man, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even on some, hey, you're black. What are you doing at my house? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't none of that. You know what I'm saying? and the crazy part about it was, like, my mom's experienced so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
So her whole thing behind it was, hey, y'all don't be out here too long. Don't be, you know, she's so fearful of, hey, because of what we've seen on TV and things of that nature. And it's just like, bro, this is all good vibes. Like, if he opened up the door, like, who are y'all, what y'all want? Hey, I explained it to you, but the way he opened it, hey, man, y'all, yeah, go ahead.
That's funny, from being, you know what I'm saying, 10-year-old walking 0.7 miles to now she's saying, in your adult.
Oh, you going to have a good time, hey, yo.
Hey, don't be out there too long. Ain't that funny? You'll walk 0.7 miles as a 10-year-old, but as a
now I'm grown. Now you want to be like, don't be outside too long. Don't be in front of these folks' house too long. You know what I'm saying? It still comes with, like, finding that common interest. You know what I'm saying? Are speaking that same language with somebody, even though we don't know each other from a can of paint. Being able to at least speak something that you're familiar with, and then we can find common ground. Right.
Were you able to catch the Kobe Bryant Memorial while you was out there?
A little bit, not necessarily watching it on TV, but more so the clip thing. Very monumental though.
Hell yeah.
Honey, what's that?
What up? Yeah, man. I was at work, damn near in tears, bro. Like, yo, like, this is tough, man. And his wife is even stronger. Like,
she's very strong,
to
man.
even get up there. The shit make me almost think, like, I used to know. Okay, so I met this lady named Julie, and she's like maybe 40, 50, but pretty much everybody around her has passed away, so she don't even look at death like that.
We got you, honey. Go ahead.
Set my notifications on.
Yeah. We're gonna put that in the thing. Make sure you set your notifications for the live pod.
But yeah,
ahead, what you saying?
She lost so many people that, you know what I mean. I think most recently she had lost her mom, but she didn't even mourn like the way she mourns and deals with it is more of a joyous. You know what I mean? Like, I know they gone. I know they okay. You know what I mean? Like, they not in pain no more, and she kind of just like moves forward, like, without even like being affected. So I'm trying to get to that point where, you know what I mean, last year I lost my grandfather, and that made me realize, like, oh shit, everybody in front of me is gonna die. You know what I mean?
I'm about to tell you a funny story. Go ahead.
Right, but you know what I mean? But I'm trying to prepare myself now, like, man, look, man, I know this shit ain't promised. I want to tell everybody that I love them. You know what I mean? Tell them how I feel. I got a homeboy that I ain't talked to in a long time. We kind of fell out, bro. I hit him up just randomly, like, bro, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Holla at me, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But Just that whole Kobe Bryant, watching that shit made me like realize like, yeah, nigga, this shit is short, and don't necessarily have to be a sad occasion. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh, definitely. What's the name? All right, definitely, Eastside. All right, I'm going to tell that story that Eastside's over here laughing about. But I truly believe what you're talking about. It's just more so like, don't wait for the moment when somebody's gone.
Yeah.
For you to acknowledge who they were, or how they made you feel. Acknowledge the things that they've done for you, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's as simple as, man, I remember you used to say hey to me all the time. You know what I mean? Like, if it made you feel some type of way, let them people know like it wasn't in vain. You know what I'm saying? I actually think it was best when went about it that way. Yes. All right. I actually think that it was best that they went that way. They went about it that way. They did
and buried.
Honey, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I hope y'all can see these things. Yes, bury him separately and really like pay homage to everything that he's done. You had, Michael Jordan. You had,
Shaq.
of course, Shaq. You had Vanessa Bryant. Like you had a lot of people come up there and say their sweet things about this person who really touched them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
like,
real.
Who really touched them. I remember, and going back to the story, I remember I was like 6 years old, and I don't know what we were talking about, but we lived in Germany at the moment, and something, huh?
No, go ahead.
something that happened, but my mama broke the news to us that everybody dies. It was one of the hardest lessons I had to learn, bro. When I'm talking about boohoo crying, bro, like it's not running, like I don't want you to die. You know what I'm saying? I was hurt, bro, because I didn't realize like that truly. I thought people live forever.
Yeah.
And at 6 years old, I gained a different perspective of you're not always gonna be here. Even if you see wrong with somebody or y'all don't, you know what I'm saying? They're not always gonna be here. Like, how do you want to be remembered? Period.
Yeah.
Like you got the power to control how will you be remembered.
Yeah.
I learned that lesson right there at 6 years old. How do you want to be remembered? You're not always gonna be perfect. Nobody is. Nobody's gonna be perfect.
How did she explain that?
Huh? It's hard. It's a hard combo to have with kids, but I don't know who passed, but it was one of them tough conversations. Like, dang, they died, and then I didn't think about it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they died, and my mom was like, Flint, like everybody dies, son.
Yeah,
and she said it so sweet, but she meant it so strongly though.
Yeah,
like everybody dies, son. It's a sad reality. You don't know when your time's gonna come, but at the end of the day, like nobody lives forever.
I'm preparing my son now and letting him know it's a blessing that we get to make it through the day. Yeah,
very much. It was my grandpa Rayvon. It was my grandpa, the guy who raised my dad. I only seen my dad cry like 3 times my whole life. Like, the one who raised my dad, his dad was never there for him, right?
He said that was the first time we saw Dad cry.
And we were scared. We was all scared. That was the first time I ever seen my dad cry. I was 6 years old. I never seen my dad cry. And when he cried, it was just like, dang, what's really going on? Like, what really got my dad in his feelings? You know what I'm saying? Like, I never seen him cry like that. And it was a person who helped raise him. And he was doing so much work in the military. He was like, man, I can't wait to get back home to Pensacola to show him what his boy done did. And my grandpa passed before he could get back from Germany to Pensacola. And that's where we had to find out, like, Dad's crying because at one point in time, everybody's going to die. Everybody who's important to you is going to die.
Yeah.
And you have to be strong enough to continue to carry on, but you got to realize that you cannot take these people for granted. Your dad worked so hard to get back to Grandpa Rayvon, and you never got a chance to get back to him to show him how proud, hey, this is what your boy done did. This is what he accomplished. Yeah. He has to live with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He said it was like saying, what's wrong with Superman?
Very much so.
Yeah.
I remember, we huddled up in the room. Like, hey, Dad's crying, bro. What we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like we was really like scared in a sense.
Yeah. My assignment this week was emotions, memories, and experiences.
Right.
What are you guys' thoughts on culture making it seem like men can't show emotion?
I had this conversation not too long ago. My dad, of course, military background.
Mm-hmm.
I remember there was plenty of times we used to get in trouble, lectured, right? My dad, when he used to clean the shoes or whatnot, he's shining up his shoes, and we had to sit up there and stand in front of him and tell him like, what was our thought process behind what we did, our actions that we did that got us in trouble. And I used to be like, man, just whoop me, dog. Like, come on, man. You over here gonna lecture me about this, dog? Like, I don't want to think about it. I already did it. I messed up. You know what I'm saying? But I remember there are plenty of times where you get to the point where you don't have the answers no more. And it's just like, I want you to dig deeper. I really want you to think about what you did before, why you did it, so you won't make those decisions no more. And I used to be crying, like, man, come on, can I get a whooping? Come on, man. Like, I'm crying. And my dad used to be like, them tears mean nothing to me. Right. Well, that's just water coming down your face. That means nothing. Like, that don't change that you did what you did.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it forces us to like cover up those emotions. Yeah. I'm not afraid to show my emotions, but I did realize at a young age with my father, it was just more so like, yeah, you could cry, you could be sad, but at the same time, like, you still got to put forth action to be a better you.
Right.
Those tears don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? If you sad, you and your feelings, that you can't just cry about everything that's gonna make it work. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a catch-22 because I think it's in us to just like us being males to just like not really care about certain things. Like if I'm talking to my wife, like she might care about something that it just don't click. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like it's that dynamic, but at the same time, it's occasions where like if I show too much emotion, then I might get tried. Like you being real sensitive right now. You know what I mean?
Being soft.
Soft. So it's like, damn. Like,
yeah, I said it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I said it.
So,
no, but I agree with you. Right?
If
you do too much, then you're gonna be looked at like, bro,
yeah, like what?
Hey, Charmin.
Tighten up. You're leaking
but at the same time, it's like you have to be willing to show those emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Like be vulnerable enough that you're okay with your emotions.
Yeah, but still carry a pistol just in case something pop off.
True story. Always protect yourself. Lessons in the commercial
that's
break.
Because we're conditioned to not expect men to express. Yeah, exactly.
Very much so. The man is supposed to be the strong person. It's supposed to always be able to be like, hey, I'm going to them for guidance. I'm going to them for leadership. But at the same time, like, it's hard to be a man. Definitely in society right now. You know what I'm saying? Where you're like, dang, I mean, a black male. Let's speak for real, right? Like, it's hard to be in that space where it's like you're looked at to be the leader, and sometimes you may not have the answers, but you got to be strong. Even when you see wrong being done, you know what I'm saying? It's still like, all right, we still gonna be strong. We still gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? And she was balling at the celebration yesterday. It was the right shit. Yes, definitely. It showed like this person truly meant something to me. I don't mind that y'all gonna make this meme of me for the next couple of years. Like, I'm okay with knowing that Kobe meant something to me. This ain't about y'all no more. Like, I'm really speaking to somebody who made an everlasting impact on my life. And I thought that we were going to be able to share these moments for the rest of our lives, right?
Right.
Not knowing that losing him was going to happen this soon. And sometimes that's what's important. It's like you have to be vulnerable enough to share those emotions. I cry. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to show my daughter that, hey, daddy cried too. Some things may get on his nerves too. Some things may, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we still gonna figure it out. We're gonna make solutions more than we make problems. Go ahead.
Speaking of like that being the male role, like how does that fall in place? Like, okay, so being the male, you're not supposed to show emotions. You're supposed to protect your family. You're supposed to have you're supposed to pay the bills. You know what I mean? Be the leader. You know? So it's like, yeah, he was vulnerable, and it said a lot. that even alleging someone we see in Unbreakable showed he was broken but still strong, unbreakable. Yeah,
Very
but
much so. You go ahead.
but at the same time, like does the man supposed to pay all the bills? Does the man, you know what I mean? Like it, all that shit kind of falls into place because that's what society kind of set the bar for it to be. You know what I'm saying? Don't be emotional. Protect the family. Pay the bills.
That's why it's important that you find peace with yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
That shit is like a gender role.
You can't live to appease everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to find peace with yourself. All right, is this my way? Is this my way of living? Is this going to be my companion's way of living? My wife, you know, for the women, my whomever, whatever y'all, you know what I'm saying? Is this going to be what we're going to do?
Mm.
Do you have to listen to everybody's rules and regulations that don't even live in your household?
Mm.
Like that makes no sense. I want to create an empire. I want my wife to bring what she got to the table. I'm gonna bring what I got to the table, and let's build an empire. One and one. We both whole. Let's make something special.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you're listening to society, it's like, well, shoot, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta say this, man, that's not the way to live. I'm not trying to live by everybody else's rules and regulations. If we're happy, that's all that matters.
Yeah. So you get a wife, right?
Yep.
Would you make an effort to try to pay all of the bills? Like okay, so if you could,
because of the person that I am and how I've been raised, yes. But at the same time, like I don't have a problem with having an open conversation about I will take these, you have these, and then we build on this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like really structuring out, like I said, the empire. This is how it's going to be structured. Because at the end of the day, like we have the opportunity to create our own kingdom if you're willing to do that.
Right. So you saying you would split the bills?
Yeah. If I
was very comfortable. He sound like, yeah. I mean, yeah. So every man would want to do it.
Go ahead, huh?
I think every man would want to do it if they were financially stable. Then yeah, they would want to split the bills. I mean, they would want to like be able to pay for everything, and you know what I mean. Like,
yeah,
you don't have to work. You know what I'm saying? Chill. You know what I mean? Whatnot. But at the same time, it's like reality is like, nigga, if we put our money together, we could get way further.
But at the same time, it's like
it's a partnership when one's down, the other fills in. Yeah, no, that's real.
That's the reality, but that's not the life that we live, right? Before, you're saying the men were making so much more money, so that's why they were entitled to pay all the bills. Now we're in the position where we're both making, you know, X amount of dollars. Mm-hmm. Like you're saying, when you put that together, could y'all be making over, you know, 6 figures easily or doubling 6 figures? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, well, logically, does this make sense for us to knock out all these bills and then still have a chunk of change to build on what we want to accomplish? Right. Or does it make sense for me to be like, I'm gonna take all these bills, I have this little bit, you got all this, are we still going to the empire, or are we, you know what I'm saying? You have to have a partnership. You gotta be in some type of structure that you guys are planning for success.
So when you go on a date, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it more simple.
This is gonna be, go ahead. It's going downhill fast. Let's go. I'm paying for it today. I'm not going Dutch on no date. So go ahead. That's coming out the shit. Go ahead.
Well, you go on a date, right?
Yeah.
Let's say y'all go on 5 dates.
It's a partnership.
Out of the 5 dates, do you expect her to take the bill out of those 5? Let's say out of 5, you know what I mean?
Out of 5 dates.
Yeah.
Out of 5 dates, do I expect her to take the bill?
I mean, have you ever felt salty? Like been with a old back way back in the day? You ever been with a girl or had a girlfriend that was like, yo, she don't pay for nothing?
Yeah. I'd be like, dang. Like, but it'll be those subtle things. Like, even if I don't want you to pay for it, I want you to at least acknowledge, like, hey, I handle this. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh, well shoot, that's cool. I got it. But it feels good to be like, you appreciate me. Don't just use me up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you appreciate it. All right, hey, I get it this time. And even if I don't want you to get it, I'm like, all right, well, hey, I acknowledge that you trying to look out. You trying to show some type of love.
Right. She said,
I'm still paying for the
I
date.
think it's okay for her to take you out at times. What that at times mean? What at times mean?
It's probably 1 out of the 5 days.
I'm the type that would grab the bill by the 5th date. That's real. Okay.
I can deal with somebody when they say, you know, I got this.
Yeah.
You appreciate it, even though you don't want to. I mean, you like, shoot, no, I got it. You know, whatever. But if she's right. trying to say that she'll pay for it, you appreciate it.
Right. Yeah. That's what it's mainly about. You know what I'm saying? If I open the door for you, reach over and unlock mine. You feel me?
Bro, that's old school, but yes. I saw that. Hey, that's Jagged Edge. That's definitely Jagged Edge. That's the video. I forgot what song it was. But this how you know if the girl right. You open up her door and she supposed to lean over, open up yours.
Yeah.
Hey, don't take her on no 5 days, bro, because that's always some money. No. But if she's willing and able to be like, yeah, I don't mind treating you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just as special to me as I am to you. I don't have to. You don't have to go all 5 days, but at least I'm acknowledging that. Shoot, I wanna show you some love too.
A Bronx Tale.
That's a vibe.
Yeah. He said if he pays for the bill, she should pay for the tip and vice versa. Never. I
ain't heard that one, but hey.
That sounds good, but she ain't carrying
cash.
Or...
Nah, honey. It went down that way, bro. Nah, you got great ideas, but that was
that sounds.
Not for Luska now. But there's been times where folks, you know, done jumped out there and paid, and you just like, dang, all right, well, I appreciate that. Next time I got you, whatever.
Yeah, in the ideal world, if we at the movies, you know what I'm saying, buy the snacks, you feel me?
Oh, them snacks gonna run you that it's gonna dig off in your pocket.
Yeah.
When popcorn hit 15, it's gonna dig off in your pocket. And Twizzlers ain't $1 no more. Them 5.
Mm-hmm. Hey, matter of fact, I seen it's a post going around that, you know, 21 Savage was like, yeah, if a man got money, then he can get a girl that's making less money. But if a girl got money, then she won't even look in the direction of the dude that's, you know what I'm saying, that's fell off or don't got.
Partnership is the key. Yes, we agree with y'all on that. Popcorn. What movie? Where? Popcorn 8. Where?
At Kroger. You gotta pop it before you come.
She got, bro. No, I ain't seen Popcorn at 8 for a long time, bro. Not at the ones where they recline either.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
No,
yes, partnership is key. But a woman, I mean, we got y'all on the line when it's talking about if you make that check, are you looking for somebody who makes more than you, makes around the same, or you just don't care because you're already secure with who you are?
Dang, I think everybody wants somebody that's making you know what I mean, equal, making somewhere around what I'm making. You know what I mean?
Very much so.
But I think if a woman probably wants somebody that's making more.
I can't answer for the women, so that's why I'm just going to answer. Lusky, that's sexist, Lusky.
Because they don't want no broke nigga.
No, I don't want no broke. All right, I'm looking for someone with the same goals as me. Gotta meet me or grow me. I dig it. Okay, so I can completely understand that. Either meet me where I'm at and we can continue to grow together. I don't want to go back in a sense. But I also want somebody who has goals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like please have some type of goal that you want to accomplish. Don't just be okay with being okay.
Yeah,
like,
for real.
If you're okay with being okay, we can't get nowhere. We can get to 3 days. We ain't gonna get to 5. I'm realizing by 2.5. Nah, this ain't going.
This ain't it.
Yeah, sorry.
Are you trying? What's your plan? Someone who isn't on my level or higher become a task. What?
Dang, so that becomes.
But I mean, you can't just say that. Say like you know that they got it intellectually. You know they have plans and goals, but right now they just fell off. You know what I mean? Does that affect the relationship? Even like they a cool person, you vibe with them. They just ain't got it. They just, you know what I mean? They're trying, but it ain't working.
You gotta be able to point somebody in the right direction. If not,
Right.
then it will become a task, because it's like if I gotta keep on pointing you in the right direction, or I gotta keep on doing extra work and putting out extra energy for you to be better, then I'm losing myself, right?
Yeah.
Because if you don't want it like I want it for you, and that's the thing about goals and dreams, as I say, it's important that you gotta have some type of goal. Because if it becomes more important for me, for you to accomplish your goal, I'm rooting for you more than you rooting for yourself. I'm doing more work for your goals than you are. Then no, bro.
Dang. Yeah. Okay.
Like you can't be like, oh, I'm a support you. I'm a cheerleader. I got you. Let's go, babe. I got you. Let's win. And you sitting over there on the sideline like, nah, I don't think this is gonna work. Like this don't make. All right. Hey, people die every day. I want to be happy with the life that I live. I don't know if it's gonna be with you. I'm sorry, baby. We're gonna keep it moving.
Yes, I was with someone who had everything in the sense of great man, great love, and good in every aspect. But he was a dreamer, didn't know how to execute, plan, or want more. See, that's the worst. Like that's
a dreamer.
Scary.
You got to be able to put into action, right?
Yeah, that's scary.
So in the sense, in trying to help him, yes, he had big dreams. A dream, a dream is only like if you don't put forth no action, it will remain a dream. It happens when you sleep.
Mm-hmm.
A goal is putting something on there and making it happen, right?
But it became a
how
task.
How did you try to help him in a sense of turning his dream into a reality, honey?
So it became a task trying to push him, get him to my level of mindset.
You feel me, Ayo? You feel me? Stay woke. Ain't no dreamers over here. We woke.
But I mean, if it's hard because you know what I mean. Somebody could have dreams and shit, and that shit could sound good, but if you ain't doing nothing to make that shit happen, then
it's just lip service. It's just talking.
Yeah,
you gotta put forth that effort. If you want something to happen, you gotta put it out in the universe.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You can't just talk about it and say, "Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen." If you don't put it out there, it will never happen. If you just want to say sweet somethings to, hold on.
Yeah. In all actuality, he wanted to be who he thought I wanted him to be, instead of presenting to me who he was, so I can meet him there and decide if I wanted to move forward or not.
So he hit you with the hook and lateral.
Dang. Hey man, I got a homeboy, man. Every time I talk to him,
people be all talking to they get. Go ahead.
I got a homeboy. Every time I talk to him, he talk about like what he want to do and what, you know what I mean, all these hypotheticals and shit. And it get to a point where you just be like, bro, I ain't really trying to hear that shit. I don't care. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
And the only reason why you're at that spot is because he never put forth any action. He only wanted to talk about it, right? Mm-hmm. And talking can only do you so much.
Yeah, exactly.
It can only do so much for you. But when you see somebody who executes, who really jump out there and go get it, like it don't matter how much they talk, you believe in them. You like, all right, I already know they're gonna do something. Or at least they're gonna start something where something else can build from it. And that's the thing. You don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who's just all talk. They just want to build this big old vision, but they're too afraid to jump out there.
Yeah, don't do shit. And
No.
then that shit becomes I look at everything like this, but especially in a relationship.
And don't be doing nothing, huh?
That shit will become a liability as opposed to an asset.
We got to give to each other. What you mean? I don't know where.
In a relationship, you got to give to each other.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that shit becomes
Partnership. That's the word of the night. Partnership. Go ahead.
That shit becomes a liability as opposed to being an asset. So that's with every relationship. It don't matter if it's like friends, if it's a stranger talking to somebody. I look at everybody like, hey, you either costing me money or you making me money. You know what I mean? So
Simple. Hey, the best advice that I got from my dad, and I mean, he's given out plenty of great advice for me, my brothers, my sister as well. But it was just like, keep it simple. Keep it simple. In everything that you do, keep it simple. Once you start going into too many things, like, you're going to complicate things. The way that you just described a relationship, either you costing me money or you making me money. It's as simple as possible. This is how I know if you're good for me or not. If you're costing me way too much money, I'm not getting a return on my investments.
exactly,
Hey,
yeah.
I gotta cut you short, because that's like going to the grocery store and you saying, I'm gonna continue to buy this product, but it's not doing nothing for me. Like, I'm just wasting money.
Yeah. That
Keep
shit
it simple.
dead, bro.
So if it's a task like Honey Ray is saying, I don't want tasks. I want solutions. Be a problem solver. Don't be a problem.
Oh, real
Either
spit.
you grow or you got the
Oh,
pound.
you gotta go. Oh shit, put it on the
Pound.
bumper sticker.
Bars. Honey Ray with the bars tonight with the straight heat. Either you grow or you got to go with the capital.
Yeah.
No, but that's how it has to be, man. You got to keep it simple, bro.
Dang. Causing me anger, pain, heartache. You gotta go.
Agreed. You are causing me too much energy, and from the beginning of this pod, we said the harsh reality is you're gonna die. Everybody's gonna die one day. I am not trying to go out with somebody who's causing me heartache and pain and
Dang. Nah, that'll make you go faster.
Bruh, no, I wanna enjoy life. I wanna enjoy life and have fun the rest of my life. Protect your energy, very much so. You gotta protect your energy. What are some ways that you can protect your energy, guys?
Smoking.
Okay. All right. Hey, Lucy was like the little kid in the class with the teacher. Ooh, pick me. And the teacher looking straight past you. Pick me. That was dumb.
Self-preservation is the goal for 2020. Hell yeah.
True story. It's really like on a goal to be happy, find happiness.
You gotta know your worth. That's what Ayo said. You gotta know your worth and what you
Very
need.
much so.
Hell yeah.
And charge them every penny. Once you know
Hell
your
yeah.
worth, charge them every penny.
How do you
Ain't no
find out?
discount.
How do you find out your worth? Like, how does one? You know what I mean? A lot of people go through
Self-love,
like
very much so.
a lot of people go through like depression and they just like don't have that type of confidence. But how does one find out their worth?
You gotta sit down and find out who you are. You really gotta take time to yourself. You gotta really like dig deep in. Hey, what do I like? What do I dislike? How to be around? What type of personalities do I mesh with? You know what I'm saying? Like, to avoid all the negative energy that can come your way. Being able to spot something from somebody. It can be a complete stranger, or it could be somebody you know in your whole life. That is a personality that I do not like to be around. When you can see it from afar, I'm not gonna mess up my energy. When it's saying I know my worth, I know what I bring to the table. I know that I'm not gonna dumb myself down just because it makes somebody else feel good. I know that I look at myself in the mirror, I see a king. I'm gonna conduct myself just like so. It don't matter what other people see about me. It's what I see about myself. You gotta love yourself, and once you love yourself, that's when you begin the fine steps of knowing your worth and not second guessing that, or not giving any discounts on your worth.
Ooh, don't give discounts on your worth, man.
No.
Let me write that down. Jesus,
Bro, write that down. Take some notes. I'm putting that in the chat. Don't give out discounts.
On your word. I've never been so happy by myself. Dang, sometimes they be the happiest, man. I know this dude, right? Been with his wife, and they ended up getting a divorce, man. And he was like, man, I'm starting to feel guilty because I'm enjoying being alone.
No, but sometimes you gotta find that peace.
Yeah,
right?
he was like, yo, like, I spend money on myself and I'm just doing all these things.
It feel good.
It feels good and it feels weird at the same time.
But you're starting to appreciate yourself in a whole different way. Like you deserve to get yourself some gift. You deserve to, take yourself out to eat. You don't necessarily have to take everybody else on a date, man. Take yourself on a date. Go to a movie. Go to a nice dinner and just enjoy the moment.
You know
appreciate
what?
you.
I think I be feeling guilty when I do shit like that. Like if I go out and get me like a meal, a big ass meal or something.
Bro, I go out there.
Man, I need the goddamn KP, man. You need something. I be feeling that guilt too. I ain't gonna lie.
But sometimes it's just. I mean, I'm not telling
Took
you to go
myself
crazy
out
with
last week.
I'm not telling you to go crazy with it, but I am telling you that it is important that you appreciate yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know how to appreciate yourself, how can you teach somebody else how to?
Dang.
You can't hold somebody to a certain standard if you don't even have a standard for yourself.
Dang. Oh, when you're around people all your life, you begin believing you need people to have a sense of happiness.
Mm-hmm. No.
When it got my nails did and pedicure yesterday, no
him.
kids, no phone, just come with me and the
being Hey, and you deserve that, honey. You deserve that.
Yeah,
hey, yo, you deserve taking yourself out too, enjoying yourself. It's very important that you love and appreciate yourself. Self-love is one of the hardest loves that there is, but it's most rewarding love that you can ever have. Yeah. When you truly love yourself for who you are, flaws and all.
Yeah.
When
if
you
don't
truly appreciate who you are,
you let others set the standard. Nah, that's real. Dang, we got a bunch of one-liners, bro. We not need to write all these down.
Write them bars. Bars from the pod.
Yeah.
Ooh. I think that bars from the pod.
Ooh.
Bro, you didn't even feel that. You whack. Bars from the pod. If you don't set your own standard, like you said, you will allow people to continue to treat you however they're going to. And then you go home and be mad with yourself. Man, that person said how they said that. I ain't appreciate that. But you have an argument with yourself when you should have set the boundaries, you should have set the standards off real. Man. Y'all going in like every second I'm seeing honey.
Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. I know y'all yelling at the phones like, if they don't say this, bars. Man. What else, Luce? What else? We at 10:50 right now, Luce. Time be flying, man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all.
I know, bro.
Time be flying so fast.
I know, right? We need to extend it soon.
Extended version.
Yeah. Soon come when we get on the same page and the nigga let me know that he in Atlanta or not.
Wow. Hey,
figure this shit out. Like,
it sound like you pulled out a whole like AK, start shooting this way. Hey, bro. Hey, God got me, bro. No weapon formed against me gonna prosper, Luce.
Dang, yo.
On to the next. What other? I'm trying to think about what.
Yeah, I think I figured out a way to record them.
Yeah, we're working on that. I think Lucy got something up the sleeve where we might be able to record these and go ahead and put them out.
I don't know if it'll be the whole hour, but yeah, I'm trying to figure it out.
We're gonna figure it out, and we're gonna be pushing these out more often. We're not saying that we're taking more days yet, but it's a strong possibility once we get this thing going.
Preach.
True story. Hey, man, we love you.
What episode is this? 5?
Yeah.
Bro, we did 5 podcasts, bro.
5.
And
Thank God.
said an hour is perfect. Yup.
Come on now.
Get it all out. Get it all off your chest.
Get it up off the
This
chest.
is a safe space to express yourself.
We missed some. No worries. We did 5. This is what when me and Lucy was talking, we was like, how do we know we did 5, right? The day well, it was a weekend Kobe died. That's when we just was like, hey, we're just gonna jump on, we just gonna go ahead and go from there.
And we didn't even we was just talking. He was like, hey man, I'm gonna get on live, bro. Hop on with me and let's just like talk about, you know what I'm saying, Kobe and you know what I mean, what he meant, monumental to you and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? That's kind of how it started. So, thanks.
They were live though. She said the first 2 were private conversations. We went live after Kobe died. We just was really on some, hey man, like it's important that you have an open conversation, and we touch base on how Kobe was a superhero. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
In many people's eyes, I never thought that I would be in this space where Kobe wouldn't be old and gray. You know what I'm saying? At Lakers games and things of that nature. Possibly watching LeBron's son play for the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never envisioned him not being here, right? And all the things that he accomplished throughout his time. Go ahead.
And have you noticed, like, a lot of other people been dying, bro?
Yes. Oh, man, we did not touch base on Pop Smoke. That's crazy. I didn't know his music like that, but it is a very unfortunate situation for a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
20 years old, bro. He just started living.
Who's in Hollywood? Not in his hood. In the Hollywood Hills, bro. You know what I mean?
Hey.
That's why this shit ain't promised. You better tell everybody that you love them. You better enjoy it. If you want to take a sick day and go to the park or go out,
do it.
That shit.
Do it. I encourage you. You need to do it. You need to enjoy your life. Because I guarantee you this, for people who not entrepreneurs, like as soon as if you dead and gone, if you have a heart failure right now, they'll be putting the opening for your job next week, and it'll probably not even take that long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it is very important that you truly, 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 like, appreciate yourself, love yourself, continue to find out what your worth is, and don't second change that ever. Pop Smoke, in general, is people dying like crazy in real life. Yes.
Ah, for real. Yeah.
Very much so.
Promise, man.
Very much so.
You gotta really like enjoy the experience, man.
If you don't, you're missing out. Like the gift, this is a blessing. If you do not enjoy it, like you're gonna regret. You're gonna get old and gray if you make it that far. You get old and gray, and you're gonna be thinking about all the things that you coulda, shoulda, woulda done. That is the worst life that you could possibly live. Like it could be the smallest things. Like I'm just gonna go on an adventure in the next city next to me and see some cool things. But enjoy the life that you have. Ricky Smiley was saying this morning that a lot of people spiritually die right there at the funeral. Okay, I heard something similar to that. It was more so like people will come to the funeral and they'll beat themselves up because of the things that they didn't do for that person who died. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they wish they would have did more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, grieving and mental health is so important. Yes, definitely. Many people are scared. Yes, but that's why it's important that we have open conversations like this.
Right.
To let people know, like, hey, you're not the only person who's experiencing this stuff. I remember when, like, the worst grieving process I ever had was when I lost my son, right? Like, I really felt the whole, like, I don't want to get out of bed, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it in pitch black, all that good stuff. Well, I mean, you know what I mean, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Went through those. Like, didn't want to be around nobody. You know what I'm saying? But start going to therapy, start realizing that there was so many more people just like me who were successful, who were doing good things in life, who, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, for a long time, I was on, why me, God? Why me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was starting to mess with my mental health. It was starting to mess with my emotions. It was really beating me down. And then when I started seeing that other people were experiencing it too, and then you can have those open conversations about, oh, this isn't the worst thing that's going to ever happen to me. It sucks real bad. But what do you learn from it? Continue to learn with these people who's going through some things. I realized that even in my space, like, I wasn't the only one hurting like I was hurting, but I was able to be in a space where I can still help somebody who I lost one son. You know what I'm saying? There's people in there who lost triplets. And you're like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, that sucks. You got to forever live that. But now you can help. I can be a voice and I can help you. That's why it's important to have these conversations. We still don't know what we're going to call it, but we're going to continue to go forward with having these open conversations because we don't know what people are dealing with.
Hey, with that situation, I don't want you to like get too deep, but is there did you take anything away from that experience? Is there something did you learn something? Did it bring you some kind of clarification, or was it just like just one of those one-offs where you was like, I don't know why that happened to me, I don't get it, you know what I mean? Did it make was there anything that situation brought you?
There's power. There's power in leaning on not only your own understanding, but really like trusting in God. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell you, I see cardinals all the time. Ever since I lost Reese, I started seeing cardinals a whole lot more. There was a piece of there is a fire being lit. You had to bury your son before your son even got to know you. You know what I mean? So therefore, like, you gotta live for your son. You're a father of an angel. Like, who else? I gave you that power to be a father of an angel. So you always know that somebody's watching over you. You always know that you got somebody with you. So don't think that you're in this thing alone. Even in your hardest times, even in the darkest nights, don't think that you're in here alone. I got you an angel right here. And I see cardinals all the time, so I'm easily reminded that, hey, my son's with me. He riding with me. Am I good, my bad, am I ugly, right? I still have to show face that, hey, I want my son to be proud of me. I want my daughter to be proud of me. Yeah. I grind for y'all. I don't care how many no's I get. I got an angel who's watching over me. I got a baby girl who's watching me and saying, you know what, Daddy, you gonna show me that it's possible.
Yeah. So you would say,
hey, let's go get it.
You would say that experience brought you closer to God.
Yeah, because
that's beautiful, bro.
The thing about it was, and I remember when we lost Reese, there was one point in time when Shanice was just like, what if you never got an answer to why we lost Reese? Would you be able to live with that? And for a long time, I was unable to answer that question, and we never got an answer. Never found out why I lost my son, right? But you got to lean on not only your understanding, you got to lean on God's understanding.
No.
You got a bigger picture for me. Maybe I needed that fire. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I needed something to show you, like, how precious life is. Stop playing.
Yeah.
Stop acting like you're going to be here for forever. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't.
That's real. Stop playing. Yeah, that's dope. Hey, man, it's about to be time.
We almost there. Man, we done did it again.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, honey, Ayo, we love y'all. Thank y'all for
man. Thank y'all.
We need to Kobe, mom, and daddy. Yeah, what happened? They both guilt tripping. Yes, which they have made peace with them. Yes, definitely. Hard for sure. You feel alone. Yes. I don't think we share our experiences enough. That's why you got us. Let's share our experiences. Let's learn. Let's grow. Let's develop. Let's be the best us we could possibly be. Understand that life is beautiful. You got to see the beauty in it. Know your worth. Don't ever second change. Don't ever give a discount on your worth. Love yourself. Truly believe in yourself, and anything that you want, man, you can accomplish. We love y'all. Lucy, go ahead. I see you. You was like, Flint, about to wrap this show. Go ahead.
I mean, the shit either go cut off or, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I'm just waiting for what
we
to
love y'all.
have it.
Or cut off on us, so we're going to be sad. Thank y'all so much for y'all support, man. We appreciate y'all. We'll be back next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
We're going to start marketing and promoting a little bit more. We're still working on the name.
I thought of the name. We still thinking about the name? All right.
What's the name? Go ahead and tell them, Luce.
Safe to Say Podcast. A safe space for us to say the shit that we want to say, because we talking about the views of America from our perspective as young, successful, black.
Excellent.
That's more to life.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
I felt that one. I felt that. Go ahead.
The Safe to Say podcast.
I just wanna live my life today.
I don't know.
We ain't tryna hurt nobody. We just wanna work the problems. Make this world a better place. Turn on the news, confused. Every day I see violence. Gotta be a better way. Who do we talk to start the conversation? The pain is driving me insane. I don't wanna go too soon. I just wanna live my life long, just like everyone.